today we have just listed 94 homes, so we didn't hit the 100 mark, but that's okay. We'll survive. We're down to 24.9, 25 days of inventory, and that's all good. Let me know if you can't hear me for any reason. I did my own sound check, but let's see. No, not yet. Let's see here. We'll do a little sound check. I know I was just listening to Katie this morning. Can you hear me? I see somebody popping on there. Let's see. Make sure. Yes. Testing. Ringer's off. Come on. Testing.
Make sure.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're good. Okay. So we closed 103 homes yesterday, and our average for the month daily closings has dropped down a little bit. We'll see what happens between now and Friday. Friday will be, let's see here. Get my thing out. Yeah, the 30th. So I would imagine we're going to have quite a few closings since the last day of the month is Friday. So that's good. That's good. Make sure you get them listed in the MLS with a closing date. You can do it as much as Saturday so that we have good numbers for July. We're down a little bit, but that's okay. 10 below the monthly average, right, or the yearly average right now. Let's see, 30 single-family homes that you listed yesterday out of the 117 were under 400,000. And that gives us a total of 1,070 single-family homes under 400,000 that are active. The million dollar people are doing 4 sales a day. They're up to 905 sold this year, and they have 481 available. So they are still rocking and rolling too. So, okay, let's see here. Okay, fine. Yes, we've been talking a little bit about some of the things that are going on. I'm going to fix my thing here because we had our agency class yesterday, which was really, really good. It was pretty light though. We didn't have, hi, good morning, Karen. Good morning. We didn't have quite as many viewers or as many participants yesterday. I think it's this last week of August. I see a lot of things like the homes and everything. I think people might be taking some time off. We've had a lot of rain. People don't like to come. We're so used to the sunshine. When it rains, we like to stay home. I like to stay home and watch a movie, actually. Let me just put here that Friday we are having a Facebook class from 10. I'm going to quickly put this in here. 10 to 1 p.m. Let me just update it quickly. Okay, so today. Well, so we've been talking a little bit about, Earl Nightingale and what success is to him. And success, if you're doing something and you've got a goal, then you are progressing towards success. And once you meet that goal, you'll be successful. Well, that's kind of illogical. Of course, the way he says it is so compelling. And I've listened to his 25-minute broadcast several times because it's very inspiring. And one of the things I want to say today myself on the stream there. You all know this guy. This is Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone he was a drug addict. He had a terrible time in his early 20s, and he emerged successful to be a millionaire today. Go figure. I don't know what just happened. I didn't do that, I promise. Let me get these down. It's been acting a little weird today, but that happens. I can handle it, right? We can handle anything. There we go. Back to where it was. I don't know why it changed. But anyway, Grant Cardone, he's living proof that, if he can do it, you can do it. And he has built such a quiet organization. It's incredible. He has an investment group, and they buy real estate. And what an awesome idea. Back in the day, I remember Don Brazier here. He was an agent with us at RE/MAX. And he would put together investment groups of policemen, and different, Tony Tagano, one of our partners for years and years, actually since 1987, we put together partnerships to buy land, because that's what was the hot potato back then. It was going up by the day. And I still encourage everybody, you know, get a group of people together, buy a house together and rent it, and it's going to appreciate. The renter will pay the mortgage, rents are going up. And, you know, maybe 3 of you, two's a little difficult. I like 3 because it's, you know, two people can agree and one person can't agree. Excuse me. It's just easier that way. Hang on. Love my coffee in the morning. So let's talk a little bit about Grant Cardone. And what I absolutely love what he's done, everybody. So Earl Nightingale says that 1 out of 20 people will be successful, 5 out of 100. And if we've got 14,000, let's say 14,000 agents in the MLS, we've got 700 that are going to be successful. And while we watch this short video, I am going to go in the MLS and I'm going to show you, then bring back the chart and show you how accurate that is. Okay, so we're going to learn how to get your money right. The mindset. You've got to have the right mindset. Yesterday in class, we were talking about, you know, the first thing you got to do is have a business plan. If you're in real estate, you've got to know where you're going. You've got to have a target. If you don't, you'll hit it every time, which means you're missing it. So the mindset of is important, and you have to get your personal finances first, and you have to know what those expenses are, and you really have to know what you can cut out. You know, I think people, we live in the best place in the world to live is right here, and we have everything at our fingertips. You know, calling Amazon, well, I want it now. I mean, John actually was hungry for chicken feet, so they have them at Whole Foods. So he thought he'd make chicken feet soup. So at 5 o'clock, he calls them. By 9 o'clock, he had all the ingredients at the door, and the delivery charge was $4.99. Now his time and his gas and, you know, driving down there and driving back, so worth it. And because that's what we want. We want everything like now. And we live in this abundance. And I think we take it for granted, and perhaps a lot of the things that go on this past year and a half have hopefully made us realize that abundance can be taken away at any time. John and I were talking, what in the world would we do if they disconnected the internet like they did in Cuba? I mean, how terrible would that be? I mean, what would we do? We wouldn't know what was going on in the world. It would just be devastating. And so much of us use the internet, you know, to purvey our business. So it's important that we get our personal expenses as low as possible so that we can put as much money as possible into our business to grow our business. You don't get in business to save money. You get in business to earn money. And so that's very important. So I love this little video. We're going to watch it real quick. It's very short, but it's very impactful. So I am going to solo him on, and we are going to watch him.
Your sales, you know, you've been listening to me for a while now about sales tips, sales strategies. I've been in this sales space now for about 30 years. Made a commitment when I was 25 years old. I'm going to become the guy, the legend, the living legend of everything sales. And over the last, 25 or 30 years, I've read Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins, you name it, okay? All the greats from Zig, all the guys, Jackie, all the guys the guys and gals that have ever dropped sales knowledge, read hundreds of sales books, watched thousands of hours of video on sales. And I came here today to share with you 5 tips on how to be a better salesperson. My staff actually put this together based on other information I've done, and they wanted me to share with you these 5 tips. More information, use video as much as possible, write up 100% of the customers, become a celebrity, and train every day. That's what they wanted me to give you. Here's my notes. But this is what I'm gonna give you. Okay, now that I have a little maturation, a little maturity, now that I know what I'm doing, as opposed to when I was 25, 30, 35, and 40 and thought I did. Look, if I had the sales game, if I was starting my career all over again, John, pass me that millionaire booklet, I would start everything over differently. You know, after 30 years of interviewing salespeople, being with masters and pros. I just spent some time with a guy that's done $25 billion worth of real estate sales. I've met some of the best mortgage brokers in the country, some of the best insurance agents in the world, some of the best financial planners on this planet. When I say best, I mean they make the most money. Okay, let's call a spade, okay? The best salespeople, number one, make the most money. You guys or gals out there that are bragging about your closing ratio, you're like, I'm the best closer in the world. Grant Cardone, I could close anybody. Look, if you're not making money, you are not the best. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today off the cuff. I hope this is just enough to get you relit up and restarted on your sales career. Whether you're new to sales, been around sales a while, or you're a master of your universe, I want to take you to the next level. First thing you got to get right if you want to be in the sales game today is you got to get your freaking financial literacy right. You got to get your money financial mindset right. You got to start thinking about taking your finances from the level you are to the level where you and your family deserve to be. Now, you know this is true. Okay, people that are not making enough money simply make sense of why they're not making enough money. Money's not going to make me happy. I'm fine where I am. I'm doing better than people that live in Afghanistan. Okay? Well, none of that makes sense if you have the potential to make more money. If you have a great product, a great company, and you know another call, another strategy, one more little maybe angle, something that you could persist with. If you know that you could be making more money and you aren't, let's get that fixed, okay? I wrote this little book called The Millionaire Booklet. This took me about 2 hours to write. This took me 30 years to put together, okay? This is the Playbook to Millions. We actually called it Playbook to Millions originally, and Google and Facebook wouldn't let me advertise it because they said, you can't promise to make people millionaires. I said, no, you can't. I can. I've made millionaires. And the first thing to becoming a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a hectamillionaire, or a billionaire, and I've spent time with enough billionaires now, is they have made decisions to get their money right, okay? Whether they're going public or selling a product, scaling out, they had to make a decision to get the money, the finance model of their household, their business, their product, or their IPO right? If they want to go to the market and become a public company. So number one, get your money right. It's not about product knowledge first. It's not about sales knowledge first. It's not about sales process first. It's not about the follow-up first or writing the customer up first. It's not even about attitude first. It's about get your financial mental, get your money mental right, okay? Because if you're satisfied, if you're happy where you are financially, why would you sell anything else? Look, let's face it, you're on commission. You get paid to sell things. You get paid to close deals. You get paid to follow up only when it works. Okay, number one, get your money mindset right. When I put this book out, this is 420 pages. Personal finances, creating a millionaire, how to make millions in business. You have a business even if you're just a salesperson. The wealth creation formula, okay? The rest of this book is sales strategies. 320 pages of sales strategies, 100 pages on finances. Okay, actually it's 161 pages on finances, and the rest of the book, 260 pages, is on sales, top sales secrets, 10x super life sales secrets, follow up the greatest sales secret. By the way, follow up was where the money is. Number two, follow up. All the money is in the follow up. It's not in the meet and greet. It's not on the internet. It's in the follow-up. You got a lead, somebody's interested. How do I follow them up? Now, this is where the financial thing comes back into play because the follow-up is hard. Nobody wants to make that second call, much less the third one or the fourth one or the fifth one. Do you know that 25% of all salespeople make one phone call and quit? 48% never make 2 calls. Most never make the first one. It's crazy, okay? Most of your sales are made, closed, between the 5th and the 8th call. If you're advertising on the internet, there's a good chance you have to call people 8 to 11 times just to get them on the phone one time to qualify them the first time to see if they're even on the right product. So follow up. The fortunes are in the follow-up. Number 3, you got to mix up. You got to mix up your strategies. It can't just be one strategy. You're no longer just a phone person or an in-person person or an internet person. If you're heavily dependent upon the internet, do not abandon your other mixed choices. This is like mixed martial arts. We call it mixed martial selling. That's right, mixed martial selling. I am the mixed martial arts of sales because I use the phone, I use the internet, I use social, different than the internet. And number 4, I use a personal visit. I will walk in, knock on your door. And number 5, I use referrals. So what are your different mixed martial arts, if you will, your mixed arts of sales today? The internet's one, the phone's one, retail, traditional retail visits, 4, social media, and number 5, referrals, influencers, getting other people to endorse you, okay? Number 4, 72% of all salespeople and sales organizations never write a deal up. This is one of the points that Jared wanted me to share with you today. One of the things I built my entire career over. One thing that probably has me responsible for more deals, more closes, more companies, more business than any other single thing I've done in my career. Write the deal up, okay? When I'm buying real estate, I've bought and sold $750 million worth of real estate. Every one of them, every property I bought was a sales game. It was all a sales game. First, I had to get my finances right. Second thing I had to do was make a call, follow the guy up. He's trying to sell a property. I got to find out, why would you sell it to me? How can I get in his circle of influence? Okay, how can I get their attention? How can I then follow them up to keep their attention? Every real estate deal I've ever bought required me to follow up just to buy the deal, which is a sales job. 3, I had to use my mixed paths to get the deal. 4, I had to write a deal up. I can talk till I'm blue in the face. There's a guy, I wanted to buy his property. He wouldn't respond to my phone call, so what I did was send him an LOI, letter of intent to purchase his property. Number 4, if you don't get to the write-up, nothing matters. You guys in retail, you guys and gals in retail, if you're not writing the customer up, you're showing the product, presenting the product, walking around the product, and you never write them up, you will never close a deal. Every deal you have ever closed in your entire lifetime, guarantee you wrote it up. You didn't talk about it to close it. You had them on a contract, on a proposal. Somebody had to sign something to buy it. You wrote them up. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you is this, and I could go on and on. I could give you another 6 points to take you to the master levels, okay? Love to get you my playbook, by the way. This thing is the bomb. But the 5th thing I want to tell you is the reason you'd get this. Training. If you're not going to train, then put a sign on your desk, I quit learning a long time ago, and see how many people want to buy from you. Tell your family, go home and tell your wife and your kids, I quit learning, I quit reading, I quit studying, I quit training, I can't get any better. Put on there, done, I'm finished, I'm in retirement early, I'm going to purgatory, I'm going to wait it out, cross my fingers, and hope they bring me to sales heaven. Look, you're done if you don't train, okay? Now, I know you know this, you've heard it, I hate to tell you this. My boy Conor McGregor or McGregor? My boy Conor McGregor. Okay, I went and saw him fight in New York. I went and saw him fight for one reason, because I saw him say, I'm not the best. This isn't about talent. It's because I'm obsessed. I out-train everyone else. I have to win so bad I train. Look, if you're not training, that says something about your obsession or lack of obsession with winning. I want you to win. I know your wife or your husband, your spouse, your family members, your kids, your mom and dad want you to win at the next level, no matter what they tell you. Even if they tell you you're doing great, pat you on the back, you know the truth. You know the truth. The only way to win is to train. The only way to win is to read. The only way to win is to learn more, listen more, learn something new. Look, we're in a time like we've never been before. Technologies come and go faster than people do. Things are changing like this, whether it's video you're using or social media or Snap or short videos or videos that disappear or videos that stay or text messaging that you can create to push and market and brand yourself, called text messaging, which I've been using a lot. Look, the world's changing. And if you're saying to yourself, I'm too old to learn that, well then guess what? You're too old to learn that. If you can't learn anything new, just put, I'm ripe and I'm about to fall off the tree and nobody's going to want me. Look, man, you got to train every single day like your life depends on it. Train every single day. I am here today. I own these 4 companies that I own, the studio, my reputation. Everything is because when I was 25 years old to when I was 30 years old, every single day, I trained watching video every day. I'd watch the video, I'd walk in, and then I would role play, and then we would do a sales meeting every single day. And immediately, when I was 25 years old, that is what changed my whole life. My commitment to training, my commitment and willingness to sit down every day, take in a piece of data, sit down and role play that with somebody else, okay? Look at my stats every day, and on the way home, on the drive home, every single day, I would listen to audio. On my way to work every day, I would listen to audio. When I woke up in the morning, I'd watch video. Every morning when I got to work, I role played. Every time I lost a deal, I role played what I would do differently next time to get that deal. That is a commitment. That commitment started with number 1. I wanted to get my money right. I got tired, sick and tired of going to the store having to put a bag up. I got sick and tired of hearing myself say that's too much money when I was at the store or the restaurant. I got sick and tired of that. The only reason it was too much money was because I wasn't selling enough. I wasn't making enough. And why was I only selling enough to complain? Is because I wasn't training, because I didn't know what to do. You can change that right now, okay? I have products online that cost nothing. I have products online that cost $500. I got products online that cost $50,000. I want to help you. To the degree that you're able to help yourself right now, to listen to this message is a great thing. Congratulations. It's what you do after this message. Do you even remember the 5 things I shared with you? If not, go back and watch the video and you'll see the importance of repetition. If you don't remember what I've shared in this video, the 5 specific tips, go back and watch this video and you will understand how much you miss when you hear something. I want to help you. My name's Grant Cardone. They call me the greatest salesman in the world. And if they don't call me that, I'll call me that because I know more about selling in the 21st century, whether it's traditional, on the phone, cold calling, warm calling, to a referral, to somebody that doesn't know me, to an elevator pitch, to selling $1 products or $100 million products. I've done all that, everything in between. I know how to sell. In this mixed martial arts universe, if you will, and I want to help you do the same. Check out my playbook to millions. Maybe we give them a little link or something, Robert. We can give them something, little teaser, so I can put you in a funnel. ClickFunnels, y'all know about those? This is a game changer, baby. It's a game changer, okay? But just because you go to the ClickFunnel or to social media or you love Facebook doesn't mean you don't.
So I love that, and I wrote all the things down. He says, follow up. All the money is in the follow up. 25% make one call and quit. Unbelievable. 48% never make a second call of those 25%, and most never make the first call. Most sales are made after the 11th contact. And if it's social media, it's even more contact. Remember yesterday we went over this. You've got to know how many conversations you're going to have if you want to get 24 deals in a year. 24 deals in a year. Sweet spot. Very, very, very strong. Don't know, Frank. I don't know. It was on I always do a check. It was on my Ruthie Rocks site, so I'm not sure. If you'll go to Ruthie Rocks, it was on there. Sorry about that. Anyway, 24. So if you look, I pulled some stats here. The top 25, let me hide this again. So the top 25, they're making, of course, Zillow is doing 643 deals this year so far. That's almost 100 a month. Unbelievable. You get down here to my partner, Aaron Taylor. He does a listing a day, except for on Sundays, or a sale a day, however you want to look at it, except on Sundays. Go down here, you got Noah Bates. He's done 90 deals this year already. Now, I know that the MLS is thinking about or positioning themselves to separate the teams from the individuals. Now, RE/MAX has done that for years. Every year we'd have awards for individual production and for team production. And I know right now, like a lot of teams put their public ID on the deal when maybe, it was one of their team members that got the listing or did the sale. So anyway, anyway, these are the top 25, and look at that, 90 deals. Now, I said 5% of the MLS, okay? 5%, 2 deals a month. If 820 people in the MLS are making at least 2 deals a month, 14 total for the year, and that's a little more than 5%. But then we've got those big guys up there that are taking a big chunk of the business, and their teams is my point. So, you know, if you look at it, individual production, this is skewed. And I would predict that maybe 3 to 4%, you know, are doing 2 deals a month. So, because a lot of these are teams, it's not as accurate, but the MLS, I believe, is going to get there. I believe they're going to get there. So you've got to do the internet. You've got to do social media. You got to live by referral. I mean, oh, by the way, if you or a family member were interested in buying or selling real estate, would I be the real estate agent that you would use? How easy is that to say? And then you hand them your card. And when you hand them your card and you say, I do this Las Vegas Market Watch once a month. Would you like to be on my special client list or my special people list, or whatever you want to call your list? Make a roll off your tongue, and then get their email address and start communicating with them. Then add them to your database, right? We say you have to add people to your database. If you're going to win the day, you have to do at least, let's put this down for a second. You have to do one person to your database 4 days a week, 4 days a week. And, you know, you only have to do 3 weeks a month to win the month. So that's 12 people a month. You can add that many to your database. That's easy. That's got to be easy, everybody. So that's what he was talking about here. Let's go back here. You know, you've got to get all these people so that you can follow up with them. So they have to be in your database. We had a agency class yesterday. We talked about the buyer brokers. So when you talk about write them up on that buyer brokerage agreement. You know, get them to sign their name. First of all, you need to do the disclosure, and that's no commitment. So now they sign their name. Now they know what your professional responsibilities are to them with your license. Fair to all parties. There's 4 of them. Fair to your client. There's 7 points. You got to read that to them, have them sign it. Now they're getting committed to you when they do that. Then you pull out the buyer's brokers, if it's a buyer, of course, and you get them to sign it. You're getting their loyalty, and you know, according to that's a client, right? When they sign their name to a commitment, that's a client. Now you have a client. They're least likely to be disloyal if you get them to sign those 2 pieces of paper. So when he says write it up, that's what you're doing. That's the beginning of the deal, is getting their name on the dotted line, getting them used to using this. I would tell you a story, but I don't think we have time today because it's already late. I want you all to keep this in mind. Know your money. Get your money mindset right. How you do that? You figure out what your gross income should be, and then you figure out how many phone calls you have to make, and conversations, not necessarily phone calls. And one of the things that he said is text messaging. No, text video now. He's old. That video is a year old. I showed in class yesterday how easy it is to do a text video, and it takes 30 seconds. Hey, Frank, how are you doing today? Just wondering how you weathered the storms lately. By the way, if you're interested in knowing the value of your home, just reply yes, and I'll send you a market analysis of your home. Oh my gosh, how long did that take? How easy is it to do 3, 4 conversations, 12 conversations like that a month? It's easy. If you want to make money, you got to work. If you want to be successful, you got to have a plan. And if you have a plan, you know what your gross income is. You'll know how many conversations you have to have, and use technology to get your name out there and do what other people aren't doing before everybody's doing it. Then you're not special. And what are we trying to beat? What's the big gorilla in the room? Zillow. That's my passion, is to get you all doing these things so that we can keep our industry at least 50% of it. Anyway, I love you all. You all have a wonderful day. And you know what I say, go win the day. Bye. See you tomorrow. Jimmy's going to be here tomorrow. He might be here the rest